I'd like to ask the Minister for Policy and Reform what has been done to assess the character appraisal which was submitted mid-2018 in support of designation and conservation of the Douglas Head area. Thank you, Mr. President.
Minister to reply, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you, Mr. President. The document proposing Douglas Head as a conservation area was submitted to Cabinet Office as a response to the publication of the draft area plan for the East in May 2018. There is, however, no power in the Time and Country Planning Act 1999 to designate conservation areas through the area plan process. Conservation areas are covered by Section 18 of the Town and Country Planning Act. I understand that an updated appraisal document was submitted to Cabinet Office in respect of this proposal in January 2019, and a reply was sent to the author at the time confirming that there was no intention to specifically commit to a new conservation area for Douglas Head ahead of a wider review of conservation areas. There is a commitment, though, to undertake an audit of the island's built heritage assets during 2020 as part of the action plan to improve the planning system. Cabinet Office will be playing its part in setting out a time frame for reviewing the current system of conservation areas as part of this audit, working in partnership with Department of Environment, Food and Agriculture colleagues and as resources allow, and also in conjunction, as I think is agreed perhaps this morning, with other bodies like the Building Conservation Forum, Manx National Heritage and others who want to be involved, a very valuable alliance for building conservation. Having said that, there has been some preliminary work undertaken by Cabinet Office in respect to the Douglas Head proposal, including an initial review of the proposed boundary and a meeting with the author or authors of the proposal, but as it stands, Cabinet Office is not currently progressing with the Douglas Head conservation area.
Supplementary.
Thank you, Minister, for that answer. Would you not agree that in the spirit of the programme for government and working together, the work that's been done by members of the Building Conservation Forum in bringing together this area appraisal and submitting it to, maybe mistakenly to the Eastern Area Plan process, but then to his Cabinet Office, that's been done in the spirit of working together. Is it not unfortunate that this now cannot be picked up? I've seen the document, I think it's got a lot of worth in it. Is there not a way that this can be looked at? Because when this is out there and unprotected, again, buildings are at risk. I would ask that this be looked at sooner than later, especially with the audit that is proposed in the programme for government. If I refer to the audit that's happened in Jersey, it started in 2008 and they are still trying to finish it. So this is not something that can be done overnight. We want to work together, but then it seems when matters are progressed from our end, they come in and they just get nowhere. Would the Minister not agree that it would be worthwhile working more closely together and maybe getting round a table and seeing how this can be done in a meaningful way rather than...
Honourable Member, we must keep these questions much shorter. I'm sorry. Minister.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm sure, knowing the author, that there will be lots of merit in the specific proposal made to Cabinet Office without in any way committing or binding anybody in any legal capacity. I also remind the honourable questioner that Section 18 is very specific in terms of the process, so the law is already in place. Thirdly, I would remind the honourable questioner, who knows this much better than anybody else in this room, that there are 10 or so policies in the strategic plan that deal with this sort of thing in terms of conservation, Environment Policy 30 through to 39 from memory. So there is lots of protection already, given documents that have been available. But the most important thing I heard in the question was the statement that the Building Conservation Forum that the Honourable Questioner chairs and the departments involved and others who need to be involved should sit down and scope realistically the audit, which might end up being a 10-year process by the sound of it from a questioner with some expertise, needs to be done sooner rather than later, and that's certainly a commitment that I'm sure the Honourable Minister from the Department of Environment, Food and Agriculture sort of implicitly made this morning, that we ought to have that meeting about the next steps with those bodies.